So how do you feel about the organizations in Chicago?
The organizations have grown weak due to the poisonous of drugs. Drugs is what weaken the organizations. Drugs and organizations two different things. You can't do them together. It's either you gonna do one or you gonna do the other. Once you start adding drugs into it, then you get them people's outlook to be able to say this is wrong. Because if you notice, everything that they pull up with the organizations, they pull up is always about drugs. We have the Gangster Disciples, and we indicted 60 of them all off drugs. Okay, so if it wasn't no drugs, what can you do? They could do nothing because it's an organization. You see what I'm saying? It's something that they go by to help them get to the next level in life. They coming together. You see what I'm saying? So the drugs is the things that's was keeping us back. Back then, it was this thing called the Main 20 that the vice lords had. And once the government started seeing that they were standing strong, what they did was they gave them drugs. And then when they gave them drugs, they started going against each other. And then they started using the drugs and bringing themselves down. It destroyed them. You see what I'm saying? It was an investment that the government had used. If we get them these drugs, then they're going to destroy one another. You see what I'm saying? They're going to feed our pockets because the jails have to get filled, things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? So if we feed them these drugs, we can destroy them. We can bring them downward. And so it was a plan that was put together back then, and they did it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we have to understand, that the drugs is what's making it look as if it is a game when it's not a game. You see what I'm saying? Nowhere in the teaching says that you have to vend this poison to people, because the thing about vending the poison is that you really actually murdering that person, because it's just like a snake. When a snake bites you, you might not die right then, but in time you will die. So you have to understand that when you vend other people these poisons, you taking their life from them. So you destroying the people that's around you. You see what I'm saying? So drugs are the things that have been bringing our organizations down to where they have grown weak, because people begin to have envy and jealousies and go against each other because of the money, and they only know one profession. They think it's just selling drugs.
So what do you think about the streets of Chicago?
The streets of the government. I mean, then I don't just want to say the government, because I didn't sit down and speak to the government and hear what his side is. So I'm just going to say society. Society did what they wanted to do, because they was able to take those drugs and you know, and then elaborate on it. They say, okay, well, because the drugs make it look like it's horrible, then now if anybody get caught with whatever the teachers is, you know, we're going to give you fair time. You see what I'm saying? So they was able to do it because of the image that they had portrayed the organizations to be. You see, so it was able to, once you take the teachers away, then you stop men from being able to stand strong. You see what I'm saying? So they become lukewarm. They become affiliated in name only, but not in movement and actions and what they do. So the organizations, so the streets of Chicago is just horrible, because you got a lot of people that using those names, but they not a part of those names. They really not doing what they supposed to do. So it's just a lot of confusion running around, making it look like it's just a bunch of gang banging. And that's what society was trying to do back then, and they have accomplished their goal. You see what I'm saying? So this is something that they had planned, and now it's grown weakened, and now the streets is weakened because they don't understand nothing but sell drugs, hold a gun, and you know, go around and just kill anybody for anything, any reasons, because there's no teachings being laid down. But my thing is you see, you can't allow society to give you the Wendy Lynch complex, you know, because he say he this, he say he that. Now you going against one another, because if divided we gonna fall, but together we stand strong. So as long as you thinking about him and he thinking about you, they can have a hand to be able to control y'all. But the organizations was never meant for him to go against him. It's just different fathers taught each other. If you got a house, 8 houses, you on 8 different fathers. They all got the same concept, teach a child to be men, but the way they go about it might be different than the others. But they all together to be able to stand strong. You see what I'm saying? So the streets of Chicago definitely has grown weak, and it's definitely horrible because it's nobody teaching. You know, people's they made Frankensteins, and they scared to go tell their Frankensteins to stop. Like I was at the park one day, I was just walking around, then 2 teenage girls started fighting. They had to be number 14. And the older women was like 30, 34, 35. She pulled her phone. I'm thinking she finna go over there and tell them she finna call their mama if they don't stop fighting, something like that. Or she finna use her phone to fan everybody away. She get on the phone and call the police. I'm like, man, that life was just crazy. Like, and anyone just heard, it was about 2 more other elderly ladies. They got on the phone and called the police about 2 14-year-old girls fighting. Now, why they didn't have the heart to go over there and say stop? You see what I'm saying? And these the people y'all, they want us to look up to or want us to respect. But how can we respect the coward? You see what I'm saying? So it's like you can't be afraid to go tell the youth or the younger generations to stop or be able to stop them and teach them certain things. You see what I'm saying? Whether they say they don't listen or not, you can still speak to them and then they can take it with them. You see what I'm saying? Because like I say, a companion of fools soon see destruction. So if you can get them wisdom, then that's something that you should be able to get them, especially if you're a part of what they a part of. You see what I'm saying? Don't never get into an organization and then lead an organization. Or say you ain't a part of it no more. Because you stood and you fought with it. Now, the organizations didn't kill your brothers, didn't kill your mother, didn't kill whoever. It was because there was them drugs going, negative thoughts was going. That's what got rid of them. Or whatever happened. But yeah, the streets of Chicago, man, that's what I'm saying. It's just growing weaker, man.
So how do you feel about police killing people? You know?
Well, that's definitely, man, that's like, and I can go different routes on it. You know, but it's just like you got people on the street and they got these people called send-off shorties. And they go send them off to do all kind of crazy missions. So, and we used to call them like, you know, yeah, send-off shorties. And that's kind of what the police are. So, I mean, just the thing about that is that they getting that call from somebody else is telling them to do these certain things because they doing it, and a lot of them getting away with doing it. So we got to go to whoever is making them do it or giving them the call to be able to do it, because if we just go and war against them, you see what I'm saying, that's not taking over what the problem is. That's curing the symptoms. But if we cure the symptoms, it's going to still always be a problem. So we got to get rid of whatever the problem is. We got to deal with whoever the problem is first. That's how we be able to go and that's how we be able to kill a whole problem together. You see what I'm saying? So we got to go and we got to get deep into that. I mean, anytime a human being walk up to another human being and kill him and they give him 5 years of probation, it's just, you know, it's just what it is. And even, I mean, just to piggyback on Thomas Jefferson, he said we all created equal. We all created men. We all are made equal. So it shouldn't be, nobody should be deprived of their life, especially if they didn't do anything. Difference between killing and murder. Murder is the shed of innocent blood. You know, killing is, you know, they was in the battle, one of them got killed. So to murder someone is like horrible because they didn't have anything to do with anything. You know, they was innocent. Just like my cousin, I don't know if you heard or not, but about 4 or 5 weeks ago, he just got incarcerated for attempt against the police officers. The police officers wrote it up as if he started shooting at them, but when he got into court, he let it be known that they shot at him first and he began to shoot back. You see, and they ain't finna give him 5 years of probation for just shooting. He missed. He ain't even hit nobody. They finna try to get him 30, 40 years. You know, if you can go on Google and type in Cottrell Jasper, you can go look them up. You know, it's just incident just happened. So you know, we got to find out where they getting these calls from and sit them peoples down. I mean, the thing is, we all humans and we all bleed the same. We all got an address. We all live somewhere, and it ain't hard to find us. So hiding behind the badge ain't gonna work. If you wrong, you gonna be dealt with. Simple as that. You know, ain't nobody, too many people just not afraid. If you go around killing people that's innocent, you gonna be dealt with. Simple as that. And so, yeah.
So, how do you feel about Obama? You know, he's finna end his terms. You know, what do you feel? Like, what do you feel he's accomplished in his 8 years? You know, in his time. Like, do you think if he had more time, you know, things would get better, or do you think, you know, everything happened for a reason?
Yeah, I definitely think if he had more time, things would get better. He's definitely the most intelligent president that the United States has ever had. I definitely like Obama. He did a lot for the Americans and the American, the true American people. He did a lot for them. He definitely showed us how to be wise. You know, it's not a lot of power in that president position like it was when, you know, George Washington had it. You know, when guys like that had it. But he definitely one of the most intelligent presidents of all time. You know what I'm saying? He did a lot of helping. You know, gas prices is alright. So I mean, yeah, he did. He did good. I like him. You know, so.
So, if you was to bring any president back, you know, who would be your favorite? Like, who do you like the most?
I like Lincoln. I like the Kennedys. I like the Kennedys, man. I like Lincoln and the Kennedys. You know, Lincoln understood, especially a lot of things that I have to understand. Lincoln understood the truth, and you know, a lot of things that Lincoln did still going on today. That's why when you go look in the army, it's not just all Caucasians. It's Americans of a darker skin complexion. It's fighting in the army as well. You know, Lincoln understood in order for him to win, it had to be unity. So he had to free certain people such that he can win the war and bring the North and the South together. But, you know, Lincoln definitely one of my favorite ones, man. John Hanson, before the Constitution came out, he was one of the presidents. So yeah.